Hi there! Looking for a recipe to impress your in-law because they're coming to visit and you don't know what to cook them, they don't want a full meal, they just want some snacks. This recipe is going to impress them because it's some kind of a gastronomy molecular level cooking. It's like, so let's roll the intro. Let's cook American food. But it's not American food. Well, it's not American food. Hi, so the recipe is very simple. All we need is oil, strawberry, and agar, which is a gelatin agent, but it's made out of seaweed, so it's 100% vegetarian, if you like that. So let's start by it. First, what we will need is oil, and we're gonna chill our oil in the refrigerator or the freezer. If you're gonna put it in the refrigerator, put it for all day and then put it half an hour in the freezer, or just let it sit in the freezer between an hour to 2 hours. Just make sure it's not freezing, but we want it to be super cold. So it's going back to the freezer. So we're gonna also puree our strawberries. We're just gonna do it in a simple way using our blender. Just clean your strawberries and then throw them in your blender. What I have here is about a cup of strawberry, so I'm gonna use 1/4 of a cup of sugar to add to that. And that will give it some good sweetness. Just add a little bit of water to help the blending process. If you don't want to add water, what you can do is let it sit in the sugar for about an hour, and the fruit itself is gonna release all the juice. Alright, first step is done, and now let's move to making our caviar. Put your small saucepan on a low heat, and then we're gonna add our puree to it. I'm gonna add about a cup of my puree. This is low-medium heat. To that I'm gonna add half a tablespoon of agar. And I'm gonna use my spatula and mix it very well. So what we're trying to do is to get this mixture to a boil, and after it gets to a boil, we're gonna let it simmer for a minute and then cut the heat. But we're gonna do all that slowly. I suggest mixing it because we don't want to burn anything, and if your pan is like this pan, this saucepan is not a good one, it's not gonna distribute the heat evenly. So just make sure you keep mixing. We can see that our puree is hitting a boiling point. So we're gonna just let it sit there for a minute, and we're gonna remove it. Alright, kill the heat off and remove it and let it sit for about 10 minutes. So 10 minutes later, let's move now our mixture to a measuring cup to just make it easier to transfer it later. And we're gonna sieve it just to take all the chunks out and have a smooth liquid. It's not gonna be as smooth, but I just wanna get rid of all the big chunks I have in here. Now see me making a mess. Or watch me making a mess. Guess that's good enough. Okay, we're back. We're gonna need a squeeze bottle just like this one. Or if you have a syringe, a kitchen syringe, you can also use it to pour it into our oil. And now let's move to the final step of making our caviar. Our oil is pretty cool and chill. I'm using a vegetable oil. You can use canola oil. Just try to use a non-flavor oil because that will give you a better result. And now we're gonna just fill our thingy with our puree. Slowly we're gonna start dripping small drops of our liquid into the oil. Next step, let's clean our oil and get all the beautiful caviar out of our oil. I'm gonna move all my oil to this measuring cup. There is a couple small caviar fell down there, but we're gonna fish them later. And I'm gonna just run it through the sieve again. Alright, you will be like, are they ready to be eaten now? Because they are really oily. What are you gonna do about that? We're gonna wash them with water. You know why? Because water is not a friend with oil, and when they come together they don't want to mix. See, I'm telling you science stuff. But make sure you use cold water, do not use warm water. Okay, I filled my bowl with water and I'm just gonna dunk my caviar there. And I recommend using this step multiple times until you get all the oil off the caviar. Basically, we're gonna do multiple washes, so you don't have to see it on camera. Alright, few washes later, my caviar are clean from oil, and this oil is reusable. You can save it in your fridge and reuse it again later. So now, let's move to the final step, plating. Oh, before that actually, you can save them in a mason jar or in a normal jar up to 5 days in the refrigerator and they will hold their shape. So you're just gonna transfer them all with a spoon. And by the way, you can use this method for anything. You can use it on coffee, you can use it in other purees, any liquid. Literally, you can use this method and make a very good gourmet caviar out of it. Of course, caviar is the real egg fish, but you know, this is like a vegetarian caviar for vegan people and vegetarian people in general.
Okay, I wanted to make this one as a cool montage as me cutting the baguette and putting the strawberry and putting the cheese on it and everything, but it was a bit of a struggle, so watch me struggling to cut a baguette, really, like, and he called himself a chef, or well, I didn't call myself a chef, he called himself a cook, and he can't even cut a baguette. Let's move to the part where the actual food is ready.
And there you go, strawberry puree caviar. Okay, now for the taste test. I put some ricotta cheese on a piece of a nice fine baguette. I got it from Kroger because I didn't make my own. I don't know how to make baguette yet. I'm in the process of learning. I have my own. You know what? Let's just taste it. Everything is homemade except the bread. Man, I promise you, your in-law, the way it looks, it's gonna impress them. The way it tastes, they're gonna love you. They will send their daughter not worrying about anything. Make it for your in-law, or you make it for your in-law, and they will send their son to you, be like, this is the girl, stay with her until you die.
I will save you the trouble of watching me eating. Thank you everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe and leave me a comment, cause I really appreciate reading comments. All my videos have 0 comments, like 100 views or almost 100 views and 0 comments. If you leave comment now, I will remember you, and then when I have more subscribers, you will be like one of those special, you know, because you left comment early on. Well, all that for now. See you later. Bye.